Hey guys, what's going on? Jersey here, back again with another South Park Phone Destroyer video, and another Goth Kid is coming to Phone Destroyer, and the next one on the list is Pete. So this is maybe a fan favorite to a lot of people within the South Park community that really enjoy Pete or are really excited about Pete. I mean, a lot of people are really excited about all these Goth Kids, let's be honest here. But Pete is the next one on the list now, so that means Henrietta will be the next one and last one. The Legendary will be the last one to come out when she does come out. I do not know when she will come out, but she will be the last one to come out. So Pete is going to be coming out in this weekend event. He will also be available in Chaos Mode as well this week. He will have a Chaos Mode around him as the other Goth Kids also had as well. So he'll be the 13th card available in Chaos Mode when that is live Wednesday and Thursday of this week. But here we go with Pete. 4 energy cost, 120 health, and 36 base damage. And his ability is when Pete or an allied Goth Kid attack, they heal for a fraction of the damage dealt. So a lot of cool stuff here with Pete. He's going to have a lifesteal component. So basically every basic attack, from what it sounds like, will heal the unit. So kind of similar to what Bounty Hunter Kyle does, except instead of buffing damage, it's going to be healing the Goth Kid units. So you have Michael makes them immune to spells and things like that. You've got Pete now will heal them, and then of course Furkle will give them a damage boost after he dies. So that's all the kind of components now with the 3 Goth Kids that are out so far. We do not know, again, what Henrietta is going to do, but it'll be interesting to see what she adds to the table as well when all 4 of these cards are out at the same time. But so it's just, we'll just look at the stats for Pete real quick, and then we'll also I have some video of Pete as well, so you can see some gameplay of him as we've been able to do in the past. So we're going to look real quickly again at his base stats. As you can see here, 120 health, 36 at level 1. As we go to max level 4, 349 HP, 106 attack, and then he maxes out at 446 for the HP and 142 for the attack at max level 7. So, I mean, I'm not sure as comparable to some of the other epic range cards. Not super high in damage and health, but I feel like that's warranted just for the sheer fact, again, that he's healing every time or anytime any of the other kids hit a unit. So he could constantly possibly keep himself alive relatively well. Plus, you got to factor in that if Michael's on the field with Pete, not only is he helping heal, but he can't die to a spell. So you needed to have his stat line not be astronomical to where it's you can't kill him and then he's just completely immune to everything. And plus, again, we don't know what Henrietta is going to do as well, so you got to be wary of making these stats too good for these kids. So I think this is okay. It's not sexy on paper as far as what the stats look like, but again, based on what we know so far about the other 3 cards, you know that if Furkle dies and he's at a decent level, he's going to boost the damage of Pete once he's dead. Michael, again, going to have some mild immunity to certain things, not everything, but some things, to where, you know, you can still deal with Pete, obviously, with something like Satan or something like that, or maybe a Psalm or whatever the case is. So he can still die relatively quickly. I believe even at max 4, he will die to a Psalm Blast equal, I think even at level 3. A level 3 Psalm Blast would kill him. So yeah, so he could die fairly easily, in all honesty. But again, if the Goth Kids are able to just reign supreme with their basic attacks healing them, that could be dangerous at the same time. So I guess I get for the scaling, but maybe that'll change in the future with a buff or 2. I don't know. I guess we'll have to just wait and see once these cards are kind of out and about. All right, guys, as promised, we're going to also finish up looking at some video gameplay of Pete here. So as you can see on screen, we have Furkle already here and Michael as well. So they're taking that immunity to any spells and stuff like that. So Pete comes out, and as you can see with his basic attack, he throws a skull. It's kind of hard to see, but it looks like he's just chucking skulls, as well as flips his hair after every basic attack. Let's go, Pete. That's what I'm talking about. So, basic attack throwing the skull. You see the little hair flip. Basic attack again. Hair flip. So as you can see, Michael is healing slightly at 40 at these base levels, but Furkle is actually healing more. So the healing is actually based on a scaling of their damage from what it looks like. So you got Furkle, again, plus 71. You've got plus 40 here for Michael. And I wasn't sure, and Pete, I guess I did have it paused right there. So Pete is only healing for 30. So Pete is actually healing for the least amount, which is kind of weird that the range card is healing the least amount here. But as you can see, they're pretty much kind of holding their own. Able to take down Satan, able to take down Stan the Great. Michael can even heal off the new kid. Plus, you see they're getting the Furkle damage boost as well, and able to take that bar. All right.
Life is pain. Let me show you.
Henrietta comes on screen, but we do not see her ability yet, so we still don't know yet, but she does come out. But as you can see, Henrietta looks like her baseline stats are going to be pretty solid as far as her health pool, because that's a really big health bar there. As you can see, Henrietta looks like she smokes while she basic attacks, or at least uses her cigarette to basic attack here. Furkle just going up. But look at Furkle able to survive New Kid Zap damage from the Pete heal.
That's cool.
Interesting. As you can see, he is right at New Kid Zap range, so you can see that Pete will take damage from New Kid Zap. So that's one thing, but as you can see, he's out healing over the Zap. So even the New Kid Zap, at least at level 11, or at standard challenge mode levels with Pete's stats, Pete will survive New Kid Zap with nothing else attacking him. So that's interesting, something to take into effect. We'll see how that scales up on ladder and things like that. But that's just a brief look at Pete, guys. So as you can see, very unique as far as the card itself and what it's able to do, which is kind of cool. But the fact that he's going to be healing for a fraction of damage dealt, I believe it's 66% of the total damage dealt. Yeah, so it is confirmed that Pete is doing a 66% lifesteal on his basic attacks when he is attacking as well for him and his allied Goth Kid. So when it says Pete or an allied Goth Kid attack, they heal. It does not double stack so that Pete and the other Goth Kid unit both heal at the same time. But the ability that Pete is giving out gives a 66% lifesteal to any of the Goth Kid characters when they basic attack that they're healing in return. So that's just something to take into consideration. Some cool stuff to notice there with Pete. And the way that these kind of Goth Kids interact is kind of unique so far, but we will wait and see what Henrietta brings to the table as well, like I said earlier in the video, when she comes out at a later date. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy and are excited about Pete. Again, he will be coming out officially during the weekend event. He will be available for all to obtain. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, guys, my name is Druzy.